Okay, just another video. As you can see, it's pretty much all back together. Like I said in the previous short I've done, I had a few problems with the tensioner, with the boot, not having the right boot, etc. But I think I've sorted that now. Yeah, all the pulleys went up. Just locked the back flywheel with 2 bolts across and a bar across to lock it to do the front nut up. It's only 220 foot-pounds, not horrendous. So yeah, got that belt on, alternator belt. Power steering one obviously runs the fan as well, which I've got to make them adapters for the fan when I get it. But I put it in with the fan. I took the fan off first before I took it out. Yeah, generally not too bad. All the pipe work I worked off my pictures. The spiders were a bit fiddly to get on. And also these brackets on the rear spiders. What I did with those, I tried the air filter on and put both of the air filter on, then did them up with a spanner from the side so they're in the right place. So the air filter goes on. Put all the spiders on loosely first, and then nipped them all up and worked my way around just to make sure that there was nothing too stressed. I just cable tied the power steering, and the water pipe that goes, there's one that goes to sort of here, and there's this front one that goes sort of there. Just clip them up out of the way. The leads were sort of self-explanatory really, because the cap can only go on. You could see where number 1 was marked on there, and the cap, and the length of the leads, they've got to go in that certain, and I did check the firing order, which is sort of on there, and that was all okay. I've left these 2 spiders off just so you can see you can connect all the cables, the bracketry where it goes through, so you can get your hand on to do them cables. I did sort of do them with the spiders on when I took it out, and then I ended up taking these 2 spider legs off to put it on, so I'm going to leave them off till I do the cables, etc. Put a T-piece. So originally there was a pipe just coming straight from here across to the servo. This pipe here was going to nothing, which does go into the plenum and would be sucking air. I don't know whether they've cut something off or whether it was blanked off or there's a pipe over the end of it or what, but most of the pictures I can find show it sort of goes from sort of down here at the back. Most pictures I see that sort of coming up, and there's like a Y piece, so it comes off there, a Y piece to there, and a Y piece to there. So I think it's probably, like I said before, something to do with the vacuum. It needs a vacuum when the throttle's closed, and that's more of a vacuum when the throttle's open. I don't quite know, but looking at everything I can find, that should be to a vacuum. And obviously this one, it's got to be the vacuum for the servo, which I've ran around the back just to be out of the way. Got a bit of extra pipe. I'll sort that out later. Was a bit stumped by that hole there. I thought that was open to all of this, but it's not. It's just a solid hole straight through, and there was nothing in there. But then I realised now the air filter has got sort of a metal bit underneath for a stud, so a long bolt or stud or something that goes through to push it down onto this sort of rubber seal. So I think I've measured it's about 115 mil. So I'm going to get like a nice cap head, Allen key cap head, stainless bolt, and put that in. Use that for that. Everything else went fairly straightforward. Just working off my pictures basically. I've turned this round, this breather here, because this is what I'm going to run to my catch can, and then to this side of the air filter. Because there was something on this side of the air filter, so I don't know whether this pipe possibly was going to the air filter instead, because there is an open hole on the air filter and there's no other pipe for it. So it may be that this was going to the air filter, so it would sort of get a vacuum but not quite the same. So if it does something really strange when I start it up, I'll probably just blank this one off and just take this off and blank it off, but hopefully it shouldn't do. These rubbers were a bit chewed in places where the Jubilee clips caught them, but no obvious holes or anything, but it's easy enough to check. Spray a bit of brake cleaner on if it's running badly, and if it sort of speeds up or slows down or whatever, you know you've got a bit of air leak there. All the plugs are loose. Left all them loose so I can wang it over, basically to get the oil pressure up, etc., before I try and start it. And I'm not going to connect these fuel. I probably won't. I probably will connect them fuels, but I'll just take the wire off the fuel pump so it's not pumping any fuel, just until I've got the oil pressure up. Then I'll check the oil again, then do it again, and see where we are then. I think that's my basic plan. But yeah, it's all going pretty well. So all being well, I should get it in possibly tomorrow night. Nothing else really to do on the engine. I've got to put oil in it yet, but I might do that once it's in. But yeah, nothing much else to do. So yeah, kind of exciting, but kind of scary, because if I put it together, if I try and get it running, it doesn't run, or it does something strange. I doubt it. It should be fine, but you know, new engine, a few unknowns in there, and it's always a bit daunting. But I just take my time and start it up, make sure there's plenty of oil getting round, and then let it pump the fuel through, and then start it, and then see how we go then. Like I said, I didn't have it running much before. It did sort of tick over, but it did rev up quite high once it was warmed up. But then again, that vacuum pipe was off, so I'm not surprised, because it was sucking in air. And there's various vacuum pipes split and not on, and all sorts underneath, so we replaced loads of them. So we shall see what it does. Hopefully it'll just start up and tick over lovely and run sweet as a nut, but I'm not deluded. Normally there's a bit of pissing about to do to get it right in the end. This one that's taped up is the one I spoke about before on the gearbox, which must sense a kick down. It sort of comes round here and sort of bolts on that little tab there, and then goes down and sort of down the side of the gearbox. So that I've left that connected, that just sticking up, so I'll just twang that round here, just sort of bend that round as the engine goes in, and then connects that up. But yeah, failing that, we're looking good. Right, if you're interested, if you're enjoying the videos, subscribe and give me some likes. It just inspires me to do a little bit more. I've got a few more subscribers since I started. But yeah, so it's all getting a bit exciting, really. Hopefully, I will do a vid of it sort of once it's sort of bolted in and whatever, and once I've got it, you know, video trying to get it going once it first starts up, etc., because it's always a bit exciting, or not, as the case might be. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.